Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Maulid Wildan from MH7. I will explore about the article Molnupiravir for oral treatment of COVID-19 in non-hospital patients. For background, new treatments are needed to reduce the risk of progression of coronavirus disease to 20 and 19. And for methods, we conduct a phase 3 double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trial to evaluate the efficacy and safety of treatment with molnupiravir start within 5 days after the onset of signs or symptoms in non-hospitalized unvaccinated adults with mild to moderate laboratory confirmed COVID-19 and at least one risk factor for severe COVID-19 illness. And for result, a total of 1,430 participants underwent randomized 716 were assessed to receive molnupiravir and 717 to receive placebo. And then for conclusion is early treatment with molnupiravir reduce the risk of hospitalization or death in at-risk unvaccinated adults with COVID-19. And then for the article is the coronavirus disease or pandemic caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 has seen almost 270 million confirmed cases and over 5.2 million reported worldwide. Molnupiravir is a small molecular nucleoside product of N-hydroxytyrine or NHC, which has activity against SARS-CoV-2 and other RNA virus and a high barrier to development of resistance. And then molnupiravir was evaluated in several phase 1 and 2 trials on the basis of exposure response analysis from phase 2 trial and 800 milligram dose of molnupiravir was selected for further investigation, including evaluation in phase 3 of the MOVE-OUT trial in at-risk non-hospitalized adults in whom the onset of signs or symptoms of COVID-19 had occurred not more than 5 days earlier. And here we report the efficacy and safety result from the phase 3 component of the MOVE-OUT trial. Placebo-controlled trial evaluating the safety and efficacy of molnupiravir in non-hospital adults with COVID-19. When the first participant was screened on the basis of positive efficacy result from a planned interim analysis performed when 50% of 1,550 participants had been followed through day 29, and independent data monitoring committee that the requirement be stopped early. And then non-hospitalized adults with mild or moderate COVID-19 were eligible. Mild or moderate illness was determined on the basis of definition adapted from Food and Drug Administration and World Health Organization guidelines. At least one sign or symptom of COVID-19 and at least one risk factor for development of severe illness from COVID-19. And then key exclusion criteria were an anticipated need for hospitalization for COVID-19 within the next 48 hours. Dialysis or estimated glomerular filtration rate less than 30 milli per minute. And then standard of care treatment with antipyretic agent, anti-inflammatory agents, glucocorticoids, or a combination was permitted use of therapies intended as COVID-19 treatment. And then a protocol available with the full text of this article at negm.org. Eligible participants were randomly assigned in a 1-for-1 ratio through the use of a centralized interactive response technology system to receive either molnupiravir or identical placebo administered orally twice daily for 5 days. And then endpoint, the primary efficacy endpoint was the incidence of hospitalization for any cause or death through day 29 in the modified intention to treat population, which consists of all participants who had undergone randomization had received at least one dose of molnupiravir or placebo and were not hospitalized before the first dose. And then every effort was made to ascertain survival and hospitality status through day 29 for participants who discontinued participation early. The primary safety endpoint was the incidence of adverse event. Safety outcome including percentage of participants with adverse event were evaluated in the safety population, which consists of all participants who had undergone randomization and had received at least one dose of molnupiravir or placebo. Participants were evaluated for any post-baseline platelet level below 50,000 per microliter and for potential drug-induced liver injury according to pre-specified change in liver enzymes. Secondary efficacy and point were based on the WHO's 11-point clinical progression scale and on patient report COVID-19 change and symptom through 29. Improvement and progression of COVID-19 signs and symptoms were defined as any reduction and worsening, respectively, of baseline symptom severity. The time to sustained resolution or abatement of signs or symptoms was defined as the number of days from randomization to the first of 3 consecutive days of resolution or alleviation. And the time to progression of signs or symptoms as the number of days randomization the first of 2 consecutive days worsening. Exploratory endpoint include mean change in SARS-CoV-2 viral load from baseline. And statistical analysis is formal evaluation through hypothesis testing of the efficacy of molnupiravir as compared with placebo was based on the difference in the percentage of participants meeting the primary efficacy endpoint. Next, the final all randomized analysis sample included a total of 1,430 participants who were enrolled at 107 sites in 20 countries and underwent randomization with the aspects of sex, baseline, demographic, and clinical characteristics were generally similar in the two groups at the time of both the interim analysis and the all randomized analysis. Next, There is a demographic and clinical characteristic of the participant at baseline. And with those of primary analysis with authorized of hospitalization or death through days 29 that was lower by 2.8 percentage point with molnupiravir to placebo. The result of a time-driven analysis will also consist with the primary result. The rate of hospitalization or the death through day 29 was actually 31% lower with molnupiravir than with placebo and with placebo ratio. And then for substantial uncertainty about the magnitude of this effect, the point estimates for different in the risk of hospitalization or the stroke day 29 for 4, placebo over molnupiravir only in patients with SARS-CoV-2 nucleoparticle acid antibodies at baseline, patient with low viral load at baseline. Patient with diabetes at baseline, the patient who identified themselves as Asian only, Black only, Native American only, or mixed Black, Native American, white. And then on the basis of the WHO clinical progression scale, a greater percentage of participants in the molnupiravir group than in the placebo group showed improved outcome by day 5, with the large difference observed by days 10 and 15. And then on the basis of available data, molnupiravir treatment was associated with greater. And then this percentage of participants with at least one adverse event was similar in the group as was the percentage of participants with adverse event considered by the investigator to be related to the trial regimen. Next is after day 29, 3 additional deaths resulting from adverse events occurred in the placebo group as compared with 1 additional death reported in the molnupiravir group. I think it's enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.